This is a Vacants to Value anniversary event.
Welcome to another Vacants to Value event here, this time in Park Heights. My name is Paul Graziano. I'm the Housing Commissioner for the city, and I'm going to be joining the mayor and a bunch of other folks as we continue our Vacants to Value efforts throughout the city, but also continue our efforts here in Park Heights. And ultimately, we are assembling approximately 60 acres of land here that will be fully cleared. This is the next step of that process, and I'm sure the mayor will talk about some of the details as well. I want to acknowledge a few people who are here and thank some folks from our team, and I'll introduce the speakers as they come up, so I won't necessarily mention them first. But from our team, I know they're behind me or out there. Okay, Julie Day, Deputy Commissioner for Land Resources, Michael Braverman, Deputy Commissioner for Code Enforcement, Kim Washington, Chief of Staff, and a bunch of folks I know from your teams. I know Rochelle is here, and Wendy, and Eric, and Zoe. So all, the usual suspects who are behind this work. Tom Stoser from Planning, and Mary Clapsdale, the regional planner for this area. I want to thank you both for your tremendous work here. That's a number of the folks from the city team from Planning and Housing. I know we have some folks representing folks. Council President is represented by Betsy Gardner, and I know Sharon is here. We're going to I think we're going to hear from Sharon. And Ricky Spector is represented by Kimberly Hopkins, and we have delegates Barbara Robinson and Antonio Hayes, I think right behind us here. So we want to thank them for their support as well. This is another critical step as we move forward in the effort to eliminate blight and to set the stage for future reinvestment in this portion of Central Park Heights. So with that, I'm going to ask the mayor to come up and talk about her ongoing efforts here. And I want to thank her, as I always do, for her tremendous support for our team and for the communities of this city in the Vacants to Value program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am so pleased to be here with all of you. I want to thank Housing Commissioner Paul Graziano and his entire team. I want to thank our Planning Director, Tom Stoser. I want to thank your Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton. I want to thank Councilwoman. We can clap for Sharon.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sharon has been such an incredible partner in this work. She knows that transformation in Park Heights takes more than vision. It takes more than intention. It takes rolling up your sleeves and getting the hard work done. And I want to thank your Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton for being willing to roll up her sleeves and get the hard work done. A lot of I think I appreciate you being here when we cut a ribbon or have an event, but the real work gets done in the trenches, and you've been there. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I also want to thank Councilman Ricky Spector, who is Center Representative. I want to thank Delegate Barbara Robinson, as well as Delegate Antonio Hayes, for their support of our ongoing efforts to revitalize and transform Park Heights. We could not do this work alone, and as we work together to grow Baltimore by 10,000 families, we need to support the support of our community leaders, private developers, our city, state, and our federal partners to get this done. Specifically, I would like to recognize Cheo Hurley, the Executive Director of Park Heights Renaissance, and Neil Meltzer. We can give them both a hand. President and CEO of LifeBridge. Again, I want to thank all of my administration, and I know that my Deputy Mayor, Colin Tarbert, is here, and as well as his assistant. Where is Leon? Leon Pinkett, or as I call them, what do I call him? Colin Pinkett. The team.
Like a real estate company.
It does. Maybe I'm on to something. I also want to thank, I see Gus Augustus out there, my head of the Office of Neighborhoods. All of my team working together has done such a tremendous job to turn the tide on blight in our city. Today is important. We're taking steps to fertilize that renaissance right here in Park Heights. A great deal of time, a great deal of resources and planning have been devoted to getting us here today. Revitalization and broad urban redevelopment must be thoughtful. It must be insightful, as well as being well executed. The residents of Park Heights shared a common desire to rebuild their community, to improve their quality of life, and to increase economic opportunity for all who live here. 3 years were spent working with the city and other stakeholders to create a revitalization strategy. The Park Heights Master Plan was realized in 2006, which outlines the comprehensive blueprint for positive change. For the 1,200 acres and 12 neighborhoods and commercial districts that represent the Park Heights Master Plan area. The plan continues to guide decisions related to land use, recreation, transportation, and social and economic opportunities. And since the master plan was approved, over $200 million has been invested in Park Heights. We can clap for that. Close to $180 million was under my administration. This investment has allowed us to acquire over 80% of the properties in the major redevelopment area, making it possible for new developments such as the completion of Phase 1 of the Ripken Fields, which is a 7-acre park. We shut down the notorious ranch in order to develop Renaissance Gardens, offering affordable housing for low-income seniors. The Towanda Community Center, which serves over 1,000 youth annually, was improved, as well as we've moved residents from dangerous conditions into safe and stable neighborhoods. And there's much more work to be done. Vacants to Value is a critical component of our revitalization. Since its launch more than 5 years ago, Vacants to Value has filed receivership cases on more than 2,000 privately owned vacant buildings and helped initiate the sale of over 1,200 properties, the rehabilitation of more than 2,500 vacant properties, the demolition of almost 1,700 dilapidated structures, the award of over 500 homebuyer assistance grants, and the adoption and greening of nearly 900 vacant lots by community groups. I consider that transformation. I consider that progress, and I want to thank all of our stakeholders who've gotten us here. This comprehensive program is spurring growth and reinvestment in Baltimore City, building vital living space and creating a sense of place in our more than 200 unique neighborhoods. We're stabilizing community, building a strong and prosperous future. And as a part of Vacants to Value, I launched the Baltimore Home Ownership Incentive Program, or BHIP, in 2013. In this time frame, the 2-year time frame, over 1,400 home buyers have been assisted through this program by receiving down payment support and home buying grants, and as well as low interest mortgage rates. To further assist families, earlier this year, I launched the Grand Slam Home Ownership Program in partnership with the state of Maryland. This program provides working families additional incentives, including closing cost assistance and federal tax savings. Park Heights is a critical geographical focus to the Vacants to Value initiative. For more than 50 years, this area has played a central role in Baltimore's history. And the revitalization of this area, as the councilwoman knows, is one of my top priorities. It's also important to the state, and their support will continue to be critical as we move forward with the clearance of 62 acres major redevelopment area in Central Park Heights, paving the way for new housing, open space, public facilities, and commercial uses. Families who have endured decades of life on blighted blocks are now living, or soon will live, in new homes and stable communities. And today, we celebrate the next phase of revitalizing Park Heights Master Plan. The demolition of numerous vacant buildings across several blocks begins today. These demolitions will continue into 2016. With this land cleared, we will seek a master developer through an RFP process, and I am certain that everyone here looks forward to seeing the vision and plans for the 62-acre site. We're celebrating a milestone today, a milestone that we did not achieve easily, a milestone that should be owned by every single member of this community. Together, we are moving Park Heights and our city forward, and I'm grateful for all of your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, again for your terrific leadership and support here. Before I bring up the councilwoman, I wanted to recognize a few people who as I was staring out there, I saw them behind. I did miss Colin and Leon, but I wanted to thank them as well on my behalf, because they are terrific partners for us in housing, and your team has been wonderful working with us. So I really, really appreciate that. And I see Gus Augustus out there from your Office of Neighborhood Services. And I also see Stacy Freed way in the back there from my office. And I've got to say this, Tanya Baker is the person behind the scenes who's been so busy the last several months. We've been very shorthanded. She's been out there with all the stories, all the events, and of course the summit. So I want to single her out. She's always kind of behind the camera there, literally, and she does a great job. So I want to thank her. I do want to now introduce our partner here in the district, and the councilwoman and I have had many a breakfast or lunch together, and many a meeting to talk about the great work up here. And she is an incredible advocate for this community. So I want to now introduce Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner, so much. And I first of all, I also want to do a few thank yous, and I want to start with our mayor. She has been continually devoted to the Park Heights community. This was a community that she represented as a council person and had her start. So her heart is here and has always been here. And I can't thank you enough for this day. Your team has been working hard. A lot of, as I go through the community, or as I have been going through the community and working with the community, one question that just constantly comes up throughout the city: what is going on in Park Heights? And before you get to the main core of what you have to do, you have to have the human service needs. You have to work with the schools. There's pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together first before you actually get deeply involved in the housing. There has been pieces of housing. Renaissance Gardens is a clear example. Today is just so important, and I can't thank you enough. The Lord even granted us a beautiful day. This is the main gateway to this community. It's a gateway between the city and the county. And, it's proof that housing is going to start. So, I thank the partners. I thank LifeBridge, and it takes partnerships. There's a lot of representation here with partners that have been here from day one and are still committed. I can't help but mentioning the Express Care facility that LifeBridge has been committed to again, help with those human service needs, which are so important to this community. This day is going to also open up what we're going to do here. It's opening up a gateway for more career opportunities. So on behalf of Park Heights, I thank you, and I thank all the partners, and we just have to keep moving and advertising what we're doing. The marketing of this is so important. So again, thank you for this special day.
Thank you very much, Sharon. That's again, appreciate your support throughout this process. Now today we're working on this property here, but just to be clear, there are 61 individual properties along this stretch of the 47 and 4800 block on this side. And there are a number of properties on the 33 and to 3500 blocks of woodland around the corner that will all be cleared out by this spring. Then we're additionally working on the other side as we continue to do the acquisitions, and you'll see full demolition there as well. So this is really just the next payment on a process that will continue into 2016. Now, I'd like to acknowledge. I want to bring up Neil Meltzer, but I do want to acknowledge some of the folks from Sinai LifeBridge. Amy Perry where's Amy? Out there. We had a wonderful discussion a few months ago to talk about the vision, the shared vision of the community, the city, and the institution. And it certainly is a great example of anchor institutions working with local government and the community. And I know that Martha Nathanson is out there somewhere, right there, and she's been a terrific advocate and supporter of all these efforts. And Izzy Patoka, who returns to the city from his time at the state, and also working at LifeBridge. So you have a terrific team here, and so Neil, I'm going to ask you to come on up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Madam Mayor, Mr. Commissioner, and all of our elected representatives and community leaders. What a thrilling moment for our community. As an anchor institution, we have a unique way that we can contribute to the area's revitalization. We believe, as the major employer, our most significant contribution is through employment. Matching city residents with jobs at Sinai and Levendale or other entities within our health system. Local hiring can help to ensure that residents have stable, rewarding employment and that employees have opportunities to move up through the system as they enhance their skills. In addition, we've recently expanded our Live Near Your Work program, providing the largest incentive to employees who choose to buy a home or rent an apartment in the Park Heights neighborhoods. We'll continue to share with our employees the progress we're seeing here today and encourage them to consider making their home here as the area gets redeveloped. Thank you all for your persistence and hard work to get us to this point, and we're with you until the finish line. Congratulations all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Delegate, did you want to say a word? The state's a very important partner here.
I thank you for the opportunity because I am just so proud of the mayor following through on the revitalization. And Sharon has been a great force in this. And I'm representing Park Heights in the House of Delegates, and I cannot tell you how proud we are that this is actually coming to fruition. And Park Heights this is the beginning of Park Heights' future. So thank you so very much, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Delegate, for your continued support. And we're going to go back to local here to the community and representing Park Heights Renaissance, which is a critical partner to the city and very ably represents the community's interests here, and Cheo Hurley, who's the CEO of Park Heights Renaissance. Could you please come up and say a few words?
Good morning, everyone. I am so happy today. This has been a long time coming. I want to first thank Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake. If Park Heights Renaissance could ever have a partner, this mayor would be the one. She has been so supportive of our organization for the 6 years I've been there, and my last year as head of the organization has been a tough one. We faced a lot of challenges, and we're starting today, I guess, with the new Renaissance, the Park Heights Renaissance, I believe. I want to thank Councilwoman Middleton, who has also been a great partner for the organization. She's helped me. We talk almost every other day now about how we can make the community better. And this community is moving forward. It is getting better. It will get better day by day, but it takes time. I want to thank LifeBridge. They've been a continued partner for Park Heights Renaissance. They help fund our Tawanda Recreation Center that helps serve thousands of kids per year, and we want to continue that. We want to continue to build on all the successes. And most importantly, I want to thank all the staff in the city. People see what's going on out here and say, what's being done, what's being done? What they do is hard work. It does not come overnight. It takes a long time to get folks to agree to move out of a home that they may have real ties to. It takes a lot to get a senior to move out of a community that they've been living in for 50 years. So to expect these things to happen overnight is really unreasonable. But this city, this staff in the city has been getting it done, not just in Park Heights, but in East Baltimore and other neighborhoods throughout Baltimore City, to make this city better. What we plan to do is tear these houses down, but rebuild so those people can move back to Baltimore City, the city that they love, if they so choose, to keep families here and to bring new families to Baltimore City. That's the most important thing that we can do here. We all have to continue to work. working with the delegates, Delegate Robinson, Senators Pugh, Antonio Hayes, all these folks, everyone. It's taken all of us to work together to make this a reality. And I appreciate you all, and I hope to continue to get your support. Give me a call. Give Park Heights Renaissance a call anytime you like. We'll be here. All my staff, my great staff, is here as well, and we're ready for the challenge. So thanks a lot, and I don't want to stand in the way of progress. Let's get going here.
All right, thank you very much, Shale. And without further ado, I think we're just going to move into the demolition portion of it.
3, 2, 1.